Today, our training topic is about homing mode. This is one operation mode of VD3E of EtherCAT. Other modes such as CSP, CSV, PT, PV, and so on. And today's content will be include these four parts. First, homing mode instruction. Introduction. Sorry. Here, this function block is used to control the servo axis to return to the original position according to the specific mode. Here, for VD3, we support 35 home mode. And then look at this function block. Here only this position. But this position means, for example, if we set it as 0, then after this function block finished, the position of servo will be set as 0. And if we set it as, for example, set it as 10, and then after this home function block finished, we could see the position of servo will be set as 10. This function block is easy to understand, only have these 4 input. This is the input of home control. We could see here have many parameters. We could check them in our menu. First one is servo mode selection. We could see it, home mode is 6. So we need to set it as 6 if we want to run in home mode. But in 6V, we can see here we don't need to set this parameter, because when we run this function block, the operation mode of servo will be set as 6 directly. Use our 6V function block, and when the home function block, when this home control is finished, the position, the control servo mode will be set as the default mode. And here have homing speeds. We check here. For homing speed, there are two types. First one is speed during search for switch, and second is speed during search for 0. I will introduce these parameters later in details. And also homing mode. Here have this homing mode we could use. And for different homing mode, how it works, you could check the servo VD3 menu for different home mode. it have text instruction and a picture to show how it works. And also there are home acceleration, and the home offset. Home offset is this position. And also this forward and reverse direction torque limit. This limit will work in all the operation modes. Not only home mode, also CSP, CSV, and other modes. This torque limit will take effect. And the second part is about software homing mode setting. We could set the home mode, double click axis, and set in orange return setting. This six part is used to used for selection with different condition. Here we could select different return mode. Here have some wrong on translation. And these two speed. First one is first one is this speed during a search for switch, and the second one is this one, speed during search for 0. Because we need two speed. First one to achieve the, for example, the limit quickly. So we usually need a high speed. And after we achieve the switch, then we need to search the 0 in a low speed to make sure we could stop and machine 0 correctly. So usually we set this speed as a high speed and set this speed as a low speed. And this is the home acceleration. So after we setting here, then when we run the program and run the run the home function block, it will execute the set home mode we set here. So, but it don't means we need to repower the reset in here project management and re-download the program to change the home mode. We could also change the home mode by communication to change some parameters. And I will also introduce it later in details. here I have just already introduced this homing speed. It have two speed. First one is speed doing search for switch, and the second is speed search for 0. And if we want to change these two speeds in program, we could use these two instructions. First one is MC write SDO, and the second is MC read SDO. First parameter is operational index. This one. For this parameter, it is 6099. And the second parameter is object directional sub-index. Just these two, 1 and 2. So this is the read and the write for speed 1, and this 2 is read and write for speed 2. The second parameter is the length. The length, for the length, we could also check it in our VD3E menu. Here, we could check check here data type for 16 bit. For 16 bit, we need to set the length as 2, and for example, for this 32 bits, we need to set the length as 4. So here, the length 1 means 8 bit, and the length 2 means 16 bit, and the length 4 means 32 bits. The fourth parameter is the read and the write storage address. And the last parameter is our axis number. So it is a little like the Modbus RS instruction. Okay. And the other parameters about home mode. This is a home mode selection. We have 1 to 35 type, and the home acceleration speed here, this parameter. We could see in this table, here are orange switch and forward over travel switch and reverse over travel switch. For this switch, we need to set it in DI configuration. Here, reverse over travel switch is NOT, and the forward over travel switch is POT. And the orange switch, we also call it home switch. We need to set it as this HOME-ORG. So with the input status of this DI, we will the servo. servo will change its motion according to the different limit switch signal. So first we need to set the DI first. This is DI function selection, and also we have DI logic selection and DI input source selection. This part is same as VD2. Okay. And in my demo program, I use VDI to input VDI input to show the homing. And so here we also have a VDI input value address, this one, and use MC read SDO and MC write SDO to change the VDI input status. And now I will use demo program to show it. I will take homing mode 1 as example. So let's look at this homing mode 1 first. For this mode, it means when the NTO status is 0. After we run the home function block, then if the NOT status is 0, the servo motor will rotate, reverse rotate in H speed. H speed means high speed. High speed means this one. This 609901. This speed searching for switch. So it will run in high speed until there are NOT signal input. Means when NOT DI have input, then the servo will change the speed to error and run in forward rotate, just like this flow. Here, like this picture, when it's turned on, the servo will change the run status and run in low speed. And when this input change to 0 again, the motor will stop after the first Z signal of motor. And then stop. So the home motion is finished. This is the first condition. And the second one is when we run the home function block, the status of NTO is already 1. So the motor will run forward in low speed directly, not run in high speed and then change its direction. It will run with the low speed directly, and when the status of this change to 0, the motor will stop after the first Z signal of motor. Let's check it with the program. Here first enable the servo. And we could see the speed and the position of motor is 0 now. Then here, use a move absolute function block to set the position of motor as 50. Okay. And now check the position I set here. The home mode I set it as 1. And for DI1, DI2, DI3, in this demo I set DI1 as POT signal, DI2 as NOT signal, and DI3 as home orange signal. For the speed during search for switch, I set it as 10 round per second because my motor is 16-bit encoder. So this value means 10 round per second. And the speed during search for 0, I set it as 0.5 round per second. Now run the home function block. We could see the speed of motor is 600 RPM, and its direction is reverse. Now I will change the input status of DI2 to change the NOT signal as 1. We could see the motor speed is changed to 30 RPM, and its direction is forward now. Now change it to 0. Change NOT signal to 0. We could see the motor is stopped now. And this function block home, its status is down, and then the position of servo is 0. Now let's simulate another condition. Before run the home function block, the DI2 input is 1. And in this condition, when we run the home function block, the motor will run in speed 2, speed during search for 0 directly. Now change the DI2 status as 0. We could see motor stop and the function block finish it. Motor be set as 0, motor position. Okay, let's the home mode 1. And for other home mode, you could check our VD3E menu. For different modes, here have picture to show how it is work, and have the description in details. Okay, this is our today's training. I will show the video and the demo program to our platform. If you want, you could download it or review the training video. Thank you.